This is Phoenix, Arizona. It's the fastest growing city in America, and it's also one of the most modern. In fact, it's the most air-conditioned place in the States, but the bright lights in the big city aren't what most people come here for. Just an hour's drive outside the city will bring you to the Superstition Hills. The Apache Trail, so called because of the native tribes who originally used it, leads you through the canyons and mountains. And you'll start to get a sense of why most people travel here, for the dramatic landscapes haunted by the history of the Old West. The first European travellers to visit Arizona were the Spanish, who came here in search of gold, and later in the 1800s more fortune seekers took up the hunt. Legend has it that a German pioneer, Jacob Waltz, came here and discovered a gold mine and made his fortune. But because he was a careful chap, he didn't tell anybody where it was, and so took the knowledge to his grave. And for a century, gold diggers have been coming here trying to find the mine of the lost Dutchman. And as the saying goes, there's gold in them there hills. Somewhere. Nearby lies Goldfield, a mining boomtown in the 1890s. But boom soon turned to bust when the gold ran out. All 50 of the local mines closed down, and Goldfield became a ghost town. There used to be about 5,000 people living here. Now there are only 3, but the town has come alive again as a tourist attraction. The old wooden buildings have been rebuilt and restored, including the saloons and general store. But I still can't find Jacob's gold. Some of the mines were flooded with gold inside, but it would cost more money to reopen them than the value of the gold. However, the locals still pan for the last few nuggets in the streams and ponds nearby. And so how long have you been gold panning?
Oh, more years than I want to admit. Probably more than 40 years. And I prospected all over the West, even prospected back in Indiana one time. But you know, there's gold in almost every state. In fact, right now today, there's probably more people out prospecting, mostly on the weekends, and finding more gold than the 49ers or any of that bunch ever found back 100 years ago.
So do you think we'll find anything in here today?
Well, we should. We've seen a lot of good black sand, and that's indicative of gold in the diggings here.
It's a long, slow way to get rich, and we had no luck this time, so having got a taste of the Old West, I headed back to the new, to Scottsdale, on the outskirts of Phoenix. This is the best shopping district in the valley, with shops to suit all tastes, including designer Western clothes. But this is definitely not what I'm looking for. Now this is more like it. Now I'm ready to hit the road. Sedona is a 2-hour drive north of Phoenix, named after the first postmaster's wife because her surname was short enough to fit on the back of a stamp. The town is completely surrounded by the Coconino National Forest. The region is famous for its red rock mesas and canyons, and the best way to explore is in a 4-wheel drive. So Jim, what kind of scenery is it that we're looking at here?
We're looking at the southwestern edge of what's called the Colorado Plateau. It's the 3rd largest plateau in the world. The part of it that we see here, the cliff, is known as the Mogollon Rim here in Arizona, and it's about 197 miles long.
And how long ago was it that cowboys and Indians were actually fighting here?
As little as 108 years ago, if you got caught out here by the Indians and you didn't have your rifle and your pistol with you, you're going to have a really bad day.
Really?
Yes.
And what's all this about the New Age thing here with these vortexes?
Well, they say that because of the iron particles that are in the rock here that gives it this wonderful color and the shape of these rocks, it focuses the Earth's energy here. So if you stand up on the rocks, you get recharged and feel better.
I'll perhaps better go and give it a go.
I suppose we should.
The Native Americans have also left their mark in Sedona's main town centre, particularly in this Mexican-style shopping village known as Tlaquepaque. Once inside, you'll find a fine selection of shops selling a host of Native American arts and crafts, anything from traditional Indian pottery to the latest native art. Here, the Old West meets the New Age. Now this is a New Age vortex stone, and it's meant to fill your body full of energy. So I've bought a bag full. A drive north from Sedona brings you to Flagstaff, the coldest city in Arizona, where temperatures can plummet to below zero. It's set amongst miles of pine trees, and during the winter, it's the state's leading ski resort. But there's more to these mountains than meets the eye. This is the world-famous Lowell Observatory, where astronomers first discovered the planet Pluto. This is the actual telescope where they first spotted the canals on Mars, and they thought it indicated there could be life on other planets. The truth is out there somewhere. This telescope is 100 years old, and you can still hear the groans and creaks as it turns on its 1950s truck wheels and tyres. There are also tours on offer around the observatory, which will explain the history and historic discoveries made at this site, which include the theory of the expanding universe. But there are parts of Flagstaff that date much further back than 100 years. Walnut Canyon, 15 minutes from town, was home to Arizona's first inhabitants. As early as the 13th century, Native Americans built their cliff dwellings deep inside the canyon for protection against attack. Today, you can climb down the 185 feet from the cliff top to explore the remaining houses. If you look very closely, you can still see the handprints in the mud that was used as cement. It's strange to think that 700 years ago, somebody had their hand in exactly the same place. Once you head down from the mountains to the town, you have to travel along what must be America's most famous highway. When I was told I was going to be cruising down Route 66, there's only one way I was going to travel, and that's in style.
Get your fix on 66.
So this is it, we're now travelling down Route 66.
Yes, historical Route 66. The memorable road, the Mother Road.
And does it go all the way through Arizona?
It goes all the way through Arizona and all the way to Chicago.
To Chicago?
Yes.
Very nice. It's a beautiful car you've got here. What age is it? What model is it?
It's a 1955 Cadillac, Shaun. 331 cubic inch overhead valve V8. I bought this car approximately 4 or 5 years ago. And I've been upgrading it ever since.
Get your fix on 66. Open her up, boy.
Most of the original roadhouses that became famous in the 1950s have long since gone.
Cheers, Mo. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
However, there is one I found that's still going strong. Well, there's plenty of opportunities for you to pick up souvenirs on your trip, such as a Route 66 t-shirt, mug, keyrings, and even a Route 66 silver spoon. Or you can just stay here and dance the night away. But I need my hat. Thank you, partner. This bar has played host to such music greats as Willie Nelson, and country and western music and line dancing is still the thing down here. And what better way to end my journey than with a local hoedown?